All right. OBS tells me we are live. Let me actually go check from our channel to make sure we are indeed live. Have the chat open too. Yeah, it does tell me we're live. Alrighty. Hello, everybody. I need to prepare a tweet. But, welcome to our Pokemon Presents stream. Obviously, the Pokemon Presents is starting in a little under half an hour here. But I am Tris, I am joined by Don, and we're here for some Pokemon goodness. Happy Pokemon Day, Don. Oh, man. Yeah? Do you think they'll ever fix that? Do you think they'll rectify that in a future game? You cannot be heard? 1 second. Well, this is why we go live early. Why can Don not be heard? Is Don quiet or on mute? Because... Oh, wait. I think I know what it is.
Okay.
There we go. Did that fix it, guys? Don, say
Hello.
something. Yeah, I was going to say, have a happy Pokemon.
Hi.
There we go. Okay.
Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you.
I know what it is.
So I will do my spiel again.
Yeah.
Because you only heard just side of the conversation. So every time I'm on a Pokemon stream or anything related to Pokemon, I always have to do this. Boy, they sure did Poke Floats dirty for Smash, did they?
And what I had asked was, do you think they'll ever fix that or rectify that in a future game?
And I said no. Poke Floats for Smash, always.
Very fair. Very fair.
Mm.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I got that tweet out.
Very good, very good,
Yep,
very good.
I
very
did indeed
good.
post a correct YouTube link. We're good. So we're on this layout right now because the premiere is not up. There's no YouTube page for this yet. So right now we're in just kind of a nice discussion layout. We're gonna talk a little bit about some expectations and predictions yet again until the page itself actually goes live, and then we will enjoy the show from there. As a reminder,
Absolutely.
the Pokemon Presents is set to start at the top of the hour, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. And I believe it came out overnight that it's only going to be like 13 minutes or so.
I think people looked for the metadata.
Gotcha. They looked for the metadata of the Japanese
Yeah.
premiere or something like that.
And, you know, hopefully that also means like 5 minutes of mobile updates, but you never freaking know.
Well, I know the Pokemon Presents that revealed Scarlet and Violet a couple years back wasn't that long either. That was like less than 15
Yeah.
minutes if I remember correctly. So they can have some big things. They may not have a lot of gameplay, but they could have big announcements. Miguel Lopez, thank you for the super chat. Says, greetings from Chile. Happy Pokemon Day. Happy Pokemon Day to you too.
Day.
It's exciting. It's an exciting time. And here's hoping the Pokemon Presents does indeed leave us excited. That would be, you know, ideal.
But yeah, happy Pokemon Day. Also, happy new start of Unite season.
Oh, that's
season
right.
22.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's definitely lined up for Pokemon Day. Yeah.
I mean, it already kicked off. They will likely just promote it, but yeah, it already kicked off. So.
Does that mean Miraidon is in the game now, or not yet?
I haven't booted it up today, but it might be available now.
Okay. Yeah, because
I might just be through.
It.
Yeah, I might just be for a login promotion, and that you only can get it for a few weeks until it's being added to the regular game. That might be a thing.
I see. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
Miraidon is ready, says Netsu. Okay.
Hey,
okay. I believe
let's
you.
go.
Yeah. Okay.
I gotta make sure to check out Miraidon at some point later.
Boom Bros.
If I
The
can.
Absolute Mad Lad says, I'm ready for Silk Song. I have bad news for you.
Oh, good. The premiere page is indeed up. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. You probably just heard the song loop. I didn't realize it was gonna have that bad of a loop. I know you can't hear it, Don, but the song literally just had a hard cut and then immediately started again.
Well, thank
Fine.
God for
It's
that.
fine. It's fine. I just wanted some Castelia City. You know, we got to try to celebrate Unova.
I'm always interested in if like the chat has a favorite Pokemon song.
Ooh, favorite Pokemon song is a hard one. I can't
Yeah.
always pick it because a lot of good Pokemon songs do not make good background music. That's for sure.
I honestly like lately I've been listening to the Professor Beta music on repeat, and that's still really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a key moment of that game that is so well delivered, to be honest.
Very, very fair.
Hmm.
Oh man, I mean, like,
Game or enemy music? You can do both. I can do both, absolutely.
like when it comes to like mine of like favorite Pokemon music, I mean, just like various battle themes come to mind. Actually, I need to stress Pokemon Masters for what that game is.
Yeah.
Banger soundtrack. Like that soundtrack is a 10 out of 10.
They fixed the Koga song 10 times over.
It's incredible, actually.
Yeah. Boy, other themes that I really like. I mean, I like a lot of stuff from Ruby and Sapphire, to be fair.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Hoenn has really good music. I do agree there. MD Switchy with the super chat, thank you, saying, so when is Cool Bits returning? I know Andres had some ideas for Cool Bits. I have no idea when he's putting those into motion, but over the years we've talked about those a little bit, so I know he's had ideas for a while. We just gotta have the time to do so.
Colosseum is the best music of any Pokemon game? Yeah, Colosseum has some bangers, absolutely, yeah.
One of my favorite Pokemon songs, some random spin-off, is, like Main Street Coliseum from Pokemon Battle Revolution. I don't know why. I just always loved that one. That's just random.
It is the best part of that game, to be fair, yeah. Absolutely.
Someone says versus Silver theme is S tier. You know, that got a remix of Pokemon Masters, because people data mine Pokemon Masters all the time, and I won't like spoil the context or anything behind it for those that may be interested, but there is a new remix for Silver's battle theme, mixed with like the champion battle themes and things like that. And it sounds really cool. I was listening to that one last night.
Mm-hmm.
What time is the direct at? The Pokémon Presents starts in about 20 minutes. Top of the hour, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific.
3 p.m. European time.
Once we're like a few minutes out, I'll swap our scene over to that. But right now, it's literally just the YouTube premiere page, so there's not much to look at right now. So I figured right now...
To me, it's interesting because for the first time after this, I'm actually doing something on Pokemon Day, which is crazy to think about.
Nice. A proper celebration of Pokemon Day. I should do something. Maybe I'll arrange a movie night with my friends for a random Pokemon movie.
Yeah, I'm going tonight to a local game store, and we're doing... Well, so normally with TCG you get pre-releases of sets.
Mm-hmm.
So what they're doing is that they're gonna randomize boxes of old pre-releases and do like an impromptu sort of tourney with that.
Ooh, that's pretty cool, actually. That sounds fun.
So I'm not sure what I'm getting, so that would be kind of fun.
Blind box tournament. That actually sounds a lot. Yeah. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy it.
Yes. I mean, I better. I only do it at like 10 p.m. and I will be home at like 11. So
yeah, that's
I will have a busy day ahead of me. But like realistically, in regards to the actual Pokemon Presents, right? It's gonna be interesting if there's only be 13 minutes. I hope it's gonna be brisk, because that's like the major thing. If it's gonna drag, and we might not expect maybe a small thing, hopefully, but there should be at least something here. But it needs to be brisk, like get to the point quicker.
Yeah, thankfully, we shouldn't be getting more updates on existing games. So there should or mobile games, yes, but like I don't think they're gonna come in here and say, and here's another update for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, outside of like maybe some special raid, which would get like maybe 30 seconds, so that's like nothing. But this isn't gonna be like when Scarlet and Violet were first revealed, and they had like several minutes dedicated to updates of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, updates for Pokemon Legends Arceus. They should just be getting to new announcements here. Unless they got, like, big DLC expansion for Detective Pikachu 2. Probably mostly gonna be new things here. Odyssey in chat. No, I will not be doing my Mario and Luigi stream later because... or over on Twitch. Normally, I know I'd normally do those every Tuesday, but today's Pokemon Day, so we got today's stream right here, and that's... Depending on what happens, there's going to be, like, analyses, details, comparisons, all sorts of little things that are going to be keeping me busy enough that I don't know if I'm going to have the energy for a stream, for, like, a whole gameplay stream later tonight. So, not this week.
That's fair. That's fair.
I've seen a few people ask, too, if we'll get any updates for Pokemon Sleep. And I think Pokemon Sleep is actually one of the only things confirmed, technically, to be here today.
Yeah. I mean, it already got an update to increase, like, Pokemon levels and research levels. Though, oddly, Pokemon levels still don't go to level 60, despite there being some unlocks at level 60.
Not yet. So, yeah. They definitely got to do something there.
I think it felt about time to do it because we're 200 days in.
Yeah. If not now, then, like, by the end of March, you know, announce something coming, you know, like a little timeline of what's coming. That would be good. Because, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Like, it has been a while, quite a long time since we got, like, a big substantial update beyond simply, was it Lapis Lakeside?
Lapis Lakeside, and obviously we got Good Sleep Day last weekend.
Yep.
And the week before that was, like, the Valentine's Week event. So there has actually been a lot.
Yeah, there's been a lot of, like, in-game events, but there hasn't been, like a big update other than Lapis Lakeside, which is fine. Lapis Lakeside is actually pretty cool. I still need, like, 16 different Pokemon Sleep styles to get there, but I'm working on it. But yeah,
like,
they've done, like...
away from another ticket, so I'm still far off, I feel.
That's fair.
Yeah.
They've done, what's it? So, yeah, over the last, like, week, they've been doing, like, from all the different Pokemon accounts, they've been doing, like, countdowns to Pokemon Day. And, like, kind of like celebrating Pokemon Day and, like, you know, get excited for this. And the only one to explicitly mention the Pokémon Presents, tune into the Pokemon Presents for updates on our game, was Pokemon Sleep. And I find that kind of funny. I don't think Masters did that. I don't think any of the other, like, Unite didn't do that. They're all promoted.
Well, the problem is Unite doesn't have to because of the stuff they started today. It would be nice to say there's another Pokemon coming to Unite and this is next, basically. But, you know, they don't have to necessarily. The new season literally started today. They will promote themselves with the audience that they have.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, they don't need to. Yeah. They'll probably get a mention, just a reminder of what's starting today. But, like, I just find it funny. The only account to actually indicate it's going to be here is Pokemon Sleep. And it makes me wonder if they should have done that or not.
Have you ever seen the Chinese version of Unite? It's kind of insane.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they actually have, like, actual indicators of the points you scored and that sort of stuff. A lot more UI on screen.
Oh, wow.
It's super crazy. Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Same goes with Pokemon Quest. They recently got, like, the last 2 gens in that. Like, it continuously still gets updates on the Chinese version.
Wow. I completely forgot about Pokemon Quest.
Yeah. Pokemon Quest only got to the first generation. Most generations are in the Chinese version of Quest.
Wow. That's weird. And
that is really weird.
And they didn't update it anywhere else?
Correct. Not even in Japan, solely in the Chinese version of the game.
Maybe when that version finishes updating, they'll release, like, a definitive version of it? I don't know. That's weird.
It's so strange. It's so strange.
To those that are asking in chat, no, I don't expect to see Gen 10 here. It's way too early. Well, I say way too early, but it's normally like a 3 to 4 year cycle. I think the earliest we'll get it announced is next year. I don't know if it'll release next year, but I think the earliest we'll see it announced is next year. It's not happening yet. Scarlet and Violet's DLC just ended. We need that kind of buffer period. Like, Sword and Shield had its DLC, and then after Sword and Shield's DLC, we had Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and Legends Arceus. So, there's like a bit of a buffer period in between those. I imagine.
I do think
Yeah.
I do think from a franchise perspective, it's interesting because now with the DLC, like TCG card wise, with the upcoming Set Temporal Forces, most of the Paradox forms that cut in post the updates and post with the DLC sort of get cards now. So I'm kind of wondering too what they're gonna do from that front, really, because they will end up going into a stalemate then relatively soon.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So maybe with a thing that's announced today, they will sort of pivot it, because that's sort of what they did with Ores as well, where they sort of shifted focus to Ores cards, for example, or with Sword and Shield to Legends cards.
Okay.
So there is a very real possibility that if there is something that gets announced today, that might also be turning to the pivot for the TCG.
Mm. Well, we've got 10 minutes until we find out. We're 10 minutes away from this year's Pokemon Day Pokemon Presents. So
Yes.
those of you just tuning in, don't worry, you haven't missed it yet. It starts in 10 minutes. We have no idea what's going to be there. We have plenty of thoughts and ideas. We had that whole long predictions discussion, and the more I look back at that, I'm like, wow, at the start of that discussion, we were so confident Gen 5 was going to be the thing. And then at the end of the discussion, we were like, actually, no, it's going to be Gen 2. That's what we're really confident in. And I think it's really funny, because when you look at things like, no, actually, both of them feel equally likely right now, and that's rather strange.
I think both are extremely valid. The problem is what do we... Yeah, it's not what we want. It's like, what does the Pokemon Company wants to do in this specific scenario? Because if they do something mainline, there is no denying that they will go back to the well of something they have done on Switch before.
Yep. And that's going to be a first for them, so...
Yeah.
Which arguably means its development time could be slightly faster, because they're revisiting something, but...
For sure, yeah.
So, we gotta see how that goes, but... I have a feeling... like, the general air that's been going around the internet on all of this for basically the last week, people think we're gonna get Let's Go for Johto, or a BDSP remake of the Johto games. So, something Gold and Silver, whether it's a Let's Go style remake or a Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl style remake, that's unknown. And then people think Black and White is getting the Legends treatment. Those are the two things that everybody's like kind of feeling confident in right now.
Yeah. I wouldn't be against something Gen 2. I think the Gen 2 well, for how much it's being talked about, is only exists of the originals and Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Not so much as how much they remade stuff from Kanto over and over and over again, even though that also includes Kanto again. So there is also that.
Man.
So it's difficult, but also, there might just be a strong NSO drop, but I don't think that would be today if they do that.
It'd be fun if it was, but we did just get this month's NSO update already, technically.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, there wasn't one for Game Boy, but yeah, no, because they updated NES, SNES, and N64, so...
Yes.
It might be a next week thing. Although, if it was today, that'd be kind of exciting, but I guess we'll see.
It would be very exciting to be
I do agree with folks, though. And NSO is important. You guys are right. Like, NSO is important, and it would be great to actually get them.
In the back of my mind, and I know it's a very small scale thing, I do think there is somewhere in the back of my mind saying but does the Pokemon Company want to do that?
Yeah. That's the unfortunate thing, is we don't know if they want to. If they can find a way to sell it to us, they'd rather do that.
At minimum, bring Puzzle Challenge over to Game Boy NSO. Where the heck is that,
Ooh. That'd be interesting. Like,
hey, that's also a Johto thing.
There's so many Pokemon spin-offs that could come over, realistically. Like, there's so many other non-mainline Pokemon games that could also just be added to NSO. We already have a few of them. Like, we have the Pokemon Stadia games. We have the TCG game. Like... we could theoretically get more of those, but many of them weren't really until... they weren't... I mean, there were, but a lot of them weren't really until, like, the GameCube and Wii and DS eras, so... I don't know. I mean, it would be great, but some of the best ones are still several generations away in terms of NSO.
Yeah. Some Coinboy is hoping for Pokepark, which was something I said in the freaking discussion.
I remember that.
Yeah.
But would you want a Pokepark remake or a Pokepark 3?
I want Pokepark 3. Or at minimally like a remake of Wonders Beyond, but give me Pokepark 3. That would be the most ultimate ideal situation. It could have surprised us all and just say, screw it, Pokemon Channel 2.
Why not?
Sure, why not?
5 minutes away, everybody, from the Pokemon Presents. It is a premiere, so it's not a live stream, but I'm going to stop our little background music here and try to get us set up to look at that premiere now. So give me 1 second. Let's see how this looks. Oh, it doesn't like that. 1 second. No. 1 second, everybody. The window seems to have died.
I realize I have to open this on my own screen. Let's see.
There we go. Now let me just scale that for now.
Opening it on the official Pokemon YouTube channel.
And then when it actually goes live and I can mess around with it in the actual full screen thing, I'll scale it further. But this way you guys don't have to deal with the distracting edge of the live chat in the corner from the official Pokemon channel or deal with all my bookmarks and whatnot. So now you just have that on screen. All right, everybody. 4 minutes. What's everyone's most unrealistic expectation? That's always one of the most fun conversations to have.
You know what I miss up to now and not getting likely until next generation? Give me another new Eevee evolution. Just give me another one. Sure.
I don't know why they stopped new evolutions in Gen 6. Like,
give me a Dragon Eevee.
Seriously, there's so many other like Pokemon types that Eevee just hasn't touched yet, and I don't get why. Like, what was it? We got Eevee, so we had Eevee originally, then we had new evolutions in Gen 2, we had new evolutions in Gen 4, we had a new one in Gen 6. Gen 8 should have been when the next one was, but that make that your draw for Gen 10 when we reach there in a couple years. Give us a new evolution and make it one of the first things announced. That will bring people in. People love Eevee. Okay, I like how when I asked what's everyone's most unrealistic expectation, the first thing that appeared in chat was Black and White remake.
I love how that's their real unrealistic expectation, yes.
But then we went to some funny things. We have Pokemon Kart, Pokemon Let's Go 2, Crystal remake, another Battle Revolution, X and Y remakes, Pokemon Sleep 2, Pokemon XD sequel.
As much as I like TCG Live, they should do something with the Pokemon TCG for in the video game form at some point again. That would be cool. I know how segmented it is between the West and Japan and how different their sets work, but still, it would be cool to do something in that regard.
Just something uniform. You know, if Pokemon makes another device like the Pokeball Plus or whatever it's called that you could use for sleep.
Are you saying they're gonna make Pokemon Mini 2?
Oh God, I don't know. I'm just saying if they make another device like that,
confirmed.
I just want it to be something that can be used in enough games to make it worth the purchase.
Let's go. It's time for Pokemon Mini 2, everybody.
As Flapjack says in chat, only a short time left. We are a couple minutes away, less than that technically. Patrick Sanchez in chat says Scarlet and Violet performance update. I'm sorry, I don't think that's coming. And if it is, that they're not highlighting that in the presents, unfortunately.
You're not wrong for a performance update. You're not wrong. But still.
I like how that came up for most unrealistic expectation. It may not have been intended to be such, but that's how it came across, and I love that. All right. just a moment away. Thankfully, because the YouTube premiere, it should do the little like premiere countdown, which will give me time to scale the video and set it properly in our little frame here, and we'll get going from there.
World premiere.
Premiere. I wonder if it'll have. I wonder if the YouTube premiere animation has changed at all, because I feel like every time we see it in like some sort of presentation, it's different, and I'm like, oh, when they do that.
Somebody says Pokemon 99. I love you.
What would Pokemon 99 be? Like, what is the 99 gameplay? Are you battling 99 other trainers? Right, let me reload this page.
I don't want to think about that.
All right, just counting down from 55, 54, 53. All right.
I'm at 54, 53.
All right. Now let me scale this.
We kind of need to line up, don't we?
Yeah, I just need to get it scaled properly into this first.
Yeah. Yes.
How's that look, everybody? Oh, wait, there's a black bar on the side. Needs to be slightly bigger. There we go. Okay.
27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22,
okay.
21. Okay.
20. Okay, we're synced. Perfect. Thank you for that.
Cool. Yes.
All right,
What
everybody.
will they reveal?
Here we go. This is a little bizarre for me watching it from the OBS layout.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh my
Alright,
god,
everybody.
Pikachu!
There's Pikachu.
An unknown.
Unknown or interesting. Oh,
Here
my
is.
mouse just disappeared.
It says Pokémon Presents, by the way.
Ah,
Just
okay,
one
that's
day.
cute. That's cute.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm Ishihara
Oh,
from the
that's
Pokémon
probably really, really quiet. I just realized.
Today, February 27 is
It is
Pokémon
kind of
Day.
quiet, yeah.
This is the date that the Pokemon Red and
we go.
Pokemon Green games were first released in Japan. Our adventures with
Think you guys can hear
Pokemon,
it
which
now.
started with the simple fun of collecting, trading, and battling in the
Sneaky
Pokemon
Pikachu
Red
by
and Pokemon
Ishihara.
Green games, have expanded to fit into so many facets of daily life, including walking and sleeping. We'll keep challenging ourselves to create new ways to enjoy Pokemon, and we hope you'll continue your adventures with us. Today,
all the plushies
we will
behind
be
him.
bringing you all the latest news about
Not enough
Pokemon,
plushies. There's so many
including our
plushies in the
newest
Pokemon
titles.
Center.
Mr. Utsunomiya, please take it away.
All right.
Hello, I'm Utsunomiya from the Pokemon Company.
The
I hope everyone
most
has
well-dressed
enjoyed
person
their
in the
adventures
Pokemon
in the
Company.
Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games so far. To commemorate Pokemon Day, we've planned a series of
Okay.
Terra
Raid
Raid
battles,
battle
okay,
events
okay.
where you'll be able to face off against a mighty Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard. The first of these
pretty
Terra
cool.
Raid battle events will begin tomorrow.
So Finistar kicks off
We hope
tomorrow.
you will all enjoy these raids. Today, I'd also like to share the latest updates on a number of our other games.
Yes.
Please have a look at this.
How's the audio sound, guys? Hopefully it's not too low. Ooh. Pokemon
Pokemon
Go.
Go.
Okay. Mobile
Right
Game
on,
Bonanza.
right
Well, Mobile Game Bonanza is the best time for me to ask about.
A collaboration event with
Audio.
Pokemon Go
Okay.
is on its way.
Collaboration with Pokemon Horizons.
People saying good? Okay, perfect. I just need to make sure.
Pikachu wearing Cap's
Oh,
hat
that's
is
cute.
making
Ah.
its debut.
That's cute.
It even knows an attack new to Pokemon Go, Volt Tackle.
Ooh.
Volt Tackle wasn't in the game yet?
Nope.
Huh.
It was
Charcadet,
not.
Armor Rouge, and Ceruledge are coming too.
Nice.
And Liko and Roy will be dropping in when you snap a pic and Go
Okay,
Snapshot.
it's a little funny
so
how they
set
show,
out
like,
on an
the
adventure
2D
with your new
anime.
friends.
For the picture, like they're like frames. Oh, a little birthday hat.
Ooh.
That's cute.
So that's your what's your promotion for the anime?
Is that going to be their transition for everything?
I guess so, yeah.
That's leading up to something. It has portals and everything. That's leading up to something big. Anyway. Alright, what are we sleeping to now?
Oh, Raikou and Pokemon Sleep?
There aren't legendaries yet, I think, so that makes sense. That checks out.
That makes sense, yes.
Would you like to be visited by Raikou in your sleep, everybody? Might get a bad static shock when you wake up, but...
I'm ready to get visited by Suicune, to be honest. But sure.
Energy storing sleep.
Oh, there's
Nice.
Suicune. Thank you.
You're gonna have to be lucky enough to encounter them each at least 3 times, depending on how many.
Get 1,000 diamonds for logging in. Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Masters. Yeah, okay, they're
Yeah.
changing up the portal a little bit each time.
Yeah, sure is.
I never give up.
That's
Alright,
good to know, Lance.
We're just getting started.
Oh,
Oh, hey,
We're the
Silver.
greatest in the world. You're the greatest and strongest partner I could
Heart,
ask
Gold,
for.
Soul, Silver, Johto attention. Huh.
There's a lot of attention to Johto, huh, in this presentation so far. Oh, hey.
Yeah, throwing Gita in there randomly is a little funny, but
Yeah.
also this is remix. You're throwing a lot of information on second long
Also,
slides.
3,000 yen, so gems, so you can just get a random pull.
That's good.
Also cool. Yeah.
Café remix, yep. Well, it is the mobile game spot we talked about. You know what? I'll give them this. These are very quick, thankfully. Yes, we are 5 minutes in, and they've already covered most of their mobile games, so that's good. They teased this Gimme Ghoul in the art they put out on Pokemon Day. There's a little Gimme Ghoul in it.
I still find it funny that Kurata and Murata can join your cafe staff.
I mean, they love sandwiches. That makes sense. And there's Unite.
Oh,
This should be the
Unite.
last of these, I think, before they
I
get
think,
into bigger things.
yes.
So yeah, there's Miraidon, who's
There's
available now.
Murata. Oh!
Yo, Phalanx! That's great. Ooh, and Cerulege. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
Come-
April, and then okay.
April.
It'll be-
Oh, wow.
So it'll be a bit.
Yes. Oh, it's special event, so you can earn
That's
the...
cool.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I'll give them this.
Ooh.
They're doing a really good job at conveying this information very quickly.
It's true. I wonder how Phalanx will work. That's interesting.
Alright, now we're on to bigger things. Yeah, Artemis, new games should be next.
Moving on, please have a look at this video.
Look at this video,
The
okay.
video? It's a glass.
This feels like it's
new.
this feels like it's for a new app, yep. TCG.
Oh, Pokemon Card Pocket. Oh. These are not regular Pokemon cards. They don't have a symbol.
Huh.
These are specific to this game, I think. Yeah.
Fat
Original
Pikachu! He's appeared!
This is a smaller version of the game?
This is interesting.
The Moltres EX, yeah. That really doesn't exist. They're gonna make a pocket version of the TCG from mobile? I mean, it makes sense with how many mobile games there have been with card games.
This trailer kind of reminds me of the original
Oh, the
Nintendo
bench,
Switch reveal.
the bench only has 3 options. It doesn't have 5. This varies.
So it's very
sized.
different.
Yeah.
Immersive cards.
I kinda like this idea.
That's... Ooh. That's really cool. Okay. This is neat. You got me curious, Pokemon. This trailer's a little long, though, at this point.
Yeah. What I realized is that
Credit
instead
card
of the
game
series symbols, it has like an indication of how rare a card is.
You can
It's
open
really
2
interesting.
packs per day at no cost. Coming 2024, so no date yet, just sometime this year.
It's by DNA and creatures. Okay. Huh.
What you just saw was the world's first look at Pokemon trading card game Pocket.
Interesting.
This game lets you easily collect Pokemon cards, which players all over the world have enjoyed since they debuted in
Someone says
1996.
Yu-Gi-Oh did it first
but
in the
in a
chat.
new digital
Oh,
format.
of course you did it for Rushto.
The Pokemon Company is developing this game as a three-party collaboration with Creatures Inc., the creators of the Pokemon trading card game, and DNA, our partners in the development of Pokemon Masters EX. To mark the launch of this title, here's a message from Mr. Yuji Kitano, President and CEO of Creatures.
I don't know if we also
Mr.
need a
Kitano,
message, but
take it away.
feels like we're only going to get one more announcement after this.
Hello
based on the amount of
everyone,
time,
I'm
but
Yuji Kitano from Creatures Inc. I'd like to start by thanking everyone for enjoying the Pokemon trading card game. With Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, we hope to bring you all a new way to enjoy the Pokemon trading card game, so we are hard at work developing digital cards.
Okay.
When we develop physical cards, we strive to please by taking great care with our paper quality, colors, and printing process. Since this game uses mobile devices rather than paper, we're challenging ourselves to express that care in new ways that are only possible digitally, such as using the characteristics of the screen to show off brilliant colors and stylish effects. One way we're accomplishing this is with immersive cards,
This song.
which give players the experience of leaping into the world of the card illustration. What's more, we've developed new streamlined game rules based on our existing battle
I know
systems,
TCG
so you can
focus
enjoy
here,
a
guys,
quick
but-
battle during the free moments in your
song.
What is interesting to me is that this is a Creatures and DNA made game, which means
Our
that
three
this is like a
companies are all working
worldwide
hard to deliver a
thing
fun
altogether,
experience for those of
instead
you
of
who
like the
already enjoy
segmented
the
thing that
Pokemon
life
trading
really
card game,
is.
as well as those who've never
No,
played
no,
before. We
those
hope
of you
you
guys
look
in chat,
forward
it's
to
not
the
Gen
results
1
of our
music.
latest
This is
efforts
like
in the
modern
world of the
Pokemon
Pokemon
music
trading card game,
in the
Pokemon
Game Boy
Trading
sound
Card
font.
Game Pocket. Thank you so much.
That's why I'm like, wait a second. This tune is a very modern
Thank you,
tune.
Mr. Kitano.
Okay.
We plan to launch Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket within 2024.
So, sometime. Okay.
Please look forward to more details in the future.
Only one more announcement?
Just one more thing.
Just one more thing.
We'd like to end today's presentation with one final video for you all.
Okay.
One final video.
Thank you for tuning in.
Alright. That's a really long drawn out transition, but okay. Game Freak. Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Here we go, guys. What is it?
It's a Game Freak thing.
Confidential. It's confidential. It's Detective Pikachu. Urban Development Plan, Blank City.
Okay.
So is it the digital world? That was a
That
first, bro.
seems likely.
Is this Gen 6? No.
I have a feeling.
Wait. X and Y? Lumio City?
It does look like Lumina City. Yeah.
Urban Redevelopment Plan. Lumio City. Pokemon Legends Z minus.
Oh.
I don't know what that symbol is.
Alpha?
Alpha? Z minus alpha.
Oh,
Okay.
releasing in 2025.
Next year.
Huh. Okay.
Wow. Oh. Mega Evolution! Yes! I love that sound effect.
Huh.
Super Aiden, they're finally doing Z! Yeah, they are!
They are.
Wow. Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Let me bring us back. Okay.
Okay.
a lot less than I was expecting. But
Mm.
so everything that they've been hinting at and teasing, including in this presentation, mind you, for Gen 2 and Gen 5, they said no. Lumia City, though.
Yep, Gen 6.
Okay, so
Holy crap.
okay. This does not mean that they're skipping out on eventual Gen 5 remakes or other Gen 2 remakes. It just means right now what they're doing a new Legends. They're doing a new Pokemon Legends, a sequel to Pokemon Legends, and rather than what everybody thought of something with Celebi or like the Land of Johto or the like the old not quite Empire, but like all the ancient history to Unova, rather than touching upon any of those, we're going to the start of Lumia City. Kalos has a lot of interesting world building because this would probably place it before the war from like 3,000 years or however long it was. So,
Sure.
or maybe not. I don't think that's the city that's been there for 3,000 years, but maybe not before then, but maybe well, definitely before Lysander and all that. So this will be interesting. I guess that's why they had a lot of portals throughout the trailer, because that was the whole premise for the original Pokemon Legends. You were sucked into portals, and the portals are causing problems. I guess that's kind of what we're looking at here again.
It's interesting that it's coming out in 2025.
It means there may not actually be a big Pokemon game this well, one, there may not be a big Pokemon game this year, this holiday, which fine.
Yeah.
Game Freak, take your time on games including this one. Two.
Yes.
If it's 2025, and current rumors tell us a certain sequel to the Nintendo Switch is coming early 2025, maybe that's why there was no sign of anything gameplay here. Because they can't show that yet. Because
I mean, they literally show the Switch logo.
Yeah,
so
it might be something that can like run on both. Because Pokemon's usually a bit on the slower side to catch up to like modern hardware.
Yeah.
So
to be fair, we also don't know if the Switch 2 is, for example, backwards compatible or not. But still,
it should be. But yeah, like we don't know for sure. Obviously, we could sit there and say it should be. We want it to be. But yeah, well, that was interesting. I think
it is interesting. I don't think there's that much to go on outside of Pikachu running for Luminous City and us realizing it was Luminous City. But it's exciting to at least have some inkling of a potential Z-related storyline that was never there in the first place in X and Y.
So we're finally getting something interesting with Zygarde that isn't find all the pieces of Zygarde in Sun and Moon.
Sorry, Sun and Moon.
Well.
But yeah, it's I don't know. It's rough because I once again, there's not that much to go on outside of us knowing it is maybe the establishment of Lumino City or the building up of Lumino City or the initial phase of Lumino City, and that's likely has something to do with Zygarde.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean,
because
thanks
like,
to Z, we know Zygarde's involved in some way.
Like, if it's like the original Legends, it will be like Zygarde will be like the ultimate goal at the end of it.
That's a good question.
It's hard to say, you know? It's really hard to say.
Here for the memes with the $5 super chat real quick. Just saying, can't help but feel uncontrollable disappointment. Why on earth can't they drop Game Boy games on NSO? Honestly, I'm actually very surprised that wasn't here this time. I really was thinking this was going to be the time where we see the original games. But it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Keep in mind, guys, like I said at the very start, just because there's a Legends game now set in Kalos that we're getting next year, does not mean they won't eventually do Black and White remakes or
I think it means nothing. I think there's more of a story to tell with Legends.
Yep.
We don't. What's even the official name? You know?
Yeah.
Is it Z dash / alpha? What is the official name?
That's a great question.
That's the main thing I currently want to know. What's the official name of that video game?
Yeah, that would be.
Yes,
That would be
it's Z dash A. Pokemon Legends Z dash A.
Z-A.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or, yeah.
Interesting.
Or I don't know if you say it as CA or C dash A, but Pokemon Legends C dash A.
Huh. Okay then.
And the only way I see this is because it's also on the official Japanese YouTube channel now.
Some people saying it's Z2A.
D2A? Okay, that makes sense.
And someone chat brought up a great point. Elite Mareep, thank you for bringing up AZ. I think that was that was the old king. I think he was the old king from like 3,000 years ago.
Right.
So if it's Z to A instead of AZ, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
The alphabet backwards. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely we definitely got to see what happens there. It'll be a while before.
Right.
It'll be a while, but I mean,
yeah,
good. Well, I say good on taking their time. Realistically, this could be like when Pokemon Legends was announced in, I think it was announced in 2021 and then released at the very start of 2022, released in January. So this might be looking at like a January release, for example.
Yeah. I do wonder in this specific case what's going to happen for the remainder of this year is because if Pokemon isn't really the answer, what else is there really left for Nintendo to hold on to this remainder of this year? Because
Metroid Prime
they're doing
4.
because there's a lot of stuff up front, right? And beyond Endless Ocean, there's only Thousand Year Door and Luigi's Mansion 2. And I don't think they will carry the second half of 2024.
Nope. I mean, you got to see. All right. Well,
I was more excited. This is weird because obviously when we see more, I will be super excited about it. But I was slightly more excited about Trading Card Game Pocket.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I
think that's neat. I wish they didn't spend so long on it. Like that was almost as long as their entire mobile games block.
I mean, I get that, yeah. I mean, as somebody who is really into TCG, the fact that they're making something that will be like worldwide compatible and is inherently different from the main thing that is TCG is very interesting to me because these are non card sets or like artwork that was there in the past.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't follow the basic formula of one Pokemon and active and 5 Pokemon that are on your bench. Like it seems very slimmed down to a certain degree, to a fact that the problem right now is that there is a segmented audience between Japan and the West because Japan doesn't have an TCG online equivalent. Like it's only a Western thing for Europe and North America.
Okay.
And it seems like Creatures is taking like that aspect in their own hands right now, which is interesting where it will leave TCG Live.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah, because this isn't DNA Creatures made game. This is properly coming out of Japan, made for a worldwide audience in mind. Where TCG Live was specifically made to serve the Western audience of the TCG.
I see. Dragoon Knight in chat says, to be fair, mobile TCG has been asked for years. So yeah, like I definitely get that. Like it's something people have really wanted, so it definitely makes sense.
It already exists. It's called TCG Live.
Mm-hmm.
Like before that was online. Like it has been existing in the Western market for years. It never existed in the Japanese market, which I think makes this scenario far more interesting to follow. So it will have precautions. I cannot really tell you what those precautions will be.
Right.
But I do wonder how much this will impact TCG Live because this is going to be on a Warfighter's bigger scale for a larger audience.
Mm-hmm. Well, initial reactions. How would you rate this Pokemon Presents?
It's difficult, you know. Like Pocket and Legends has me really excited, but ultimately they showed more of Pocket than really Legends, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're outside of like some initial shots, there's not that much to go on.
Yeah, they showed you what Pocket was all about, whereas for Legends it was ultimately a teaser announcement.
Yeah, I think like a 7.
Okay.
I'm cool with this. Like, do I wish there was something else there? Sure, but ultimately they showed what I had.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not gonna be very complacent or mean about it. It's
Mhm.
what it is, you know.
I think I'm at a 6 personally, only slightly lower,
That's fair.
and that's mostly because I'm not that into the TCG personally. So for that to take up as big of a block as it did after the
Yes.
mobile games as a separate thing, but still being a mobile
Mm.
game, it got a lot more attention than I was expecting it to. To then to then go to okay to our general gaming audience, so the people that aren't interested in any of these mobile games, including the new one we just announced. What do we
Sure.
have for you? We have a teaser of the announcement of Pokemon Legends.
Also, one thing I do need to point out that was in the TCG Pocket trailer.
Mhm.
It says in small print, the trading feature might not be available at launch.
Wonderful. Thank you, Pokemon.
Yeah,
Here for the meme says shortest presents ever 1 to 2 out of 10. I don't know if this was the shortest ever. Actually, I think this is right around the
it's not the
length of short
shortest.
ones.
Yeah. But I get it if people are super negative on it. If you're not in a TCG, this was a bad presents for you.
Yeah,
Straight
like
up.
if you don't like keeping up with any like the mobile games, if you were hoping for like a spin-off for Pokemon that
Yeah.
isn't a mobile game,
Like,
factually this wasn't that good for you. I totally
No.
get that.
No, furthermore, once again, like I said, if you don't like the TCG at all, this is a one-trick pony for you, which didn't show much of anything, and that's absolutely 100% fine. You are entitled to your opinion, and your opinion is absolutely correct.
Yep.
At the same time, like as somebody who's heavily invested in TCG, like literally, there's boxes of TCG cards around me. I am very intrigued of where Pocket is going, like real interested.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a far cry from anything they've done before. And it's like it's somebody else said in chat, right? It's like something they've done with other card games like Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, like slimming it down so a larger audience can understand it. And the fact is that Pokemon is doing it makes this really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of people in chat. A bunch of people are definitely down on it, but there's some people that are like, "Oh, it was average. Like it was fine." So like, okay, yeah. I wouldn't say it was like anything incredible for sure. I'm definitely leaning towards the average
Yeah.
side as well. I think if
For me,
anything,
it's like 6 or 7, and you know what? If you think it's lower, that you're absolutely welcome to feel that way. 100%.
I think this definitely also helps us look at the fact that yeah, the Switch itself is probably winding down this year. So,
It is.
That might literally be it. They probably don't want to make a bunch of other Pokemon titles. A bunch of other like probably mainline or mainline adjacent Pokemon titles releasing on the Switch as it's going out. That might be it, honestly.
Right.
So, all right. Well, I see some people say now this is a great show because Legends is a big announcement. It's true. Legends 2 is a huge deal. It's just only announcing that it exists really at the end of the show after like exclusively mobile games, that does burn a bit to people. So it would have been nice to get a little bit more, but I think that's gonna do
I think the big announcement on the mobile side it was at least interesting.
It was.
Yeah,
and it looks cool. Like I love the way they had the immersive art. I'm definitely curious.
I do think this also actively ends like the relationship between DNA and Nintendo, because they haven't made a game in quite a while on mobile with each other. It basically says well, I guess the Pokemon Company and DNA are now best friends. Like the meme, DNA, Pokemon Company, bam, best friends now.
Evidently.
Yeah.
We'll see how that relationship continues.
Because this is their second game together after Masters, right?
Yeah. And Masters, I think, is still doing pretty well, so.
It's still doing really well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah.
Well, I think that's going to wrap up our little Pokemon Presents live stream reaction here. This was a good time.
So.
I hope everyone enjoyed hanging out with us and watching and reacting to the Pokemon Presents. It was definitely way different than our expectations because we did not talk anything X and Y at all.
Correct.
Well, of course, stay tuned to GameXplain for more because we'll be back throughout the day, probably throughout the week, with more content, taking a look at what was announced here and trying to figure out what we can from it.
Yep.
But otherwise, stay tuned, and I hope you all have a good rest of your Pokemon day.
Bye-bye, everyone.